Hey everybody, and welcome to cinemasesh. I'm AJ Hamilton.
And I'm Jay Salahi.
And we saw the new entry to the Ocean's 11 franchise, Ocean's 8.
But this is the fourth entry in the Ocean's franchise.
Right.
And it's the first one not directed by Steven Soderbergh.
Oh,
sad face.
That is very sad face.
And very noticeable. Gary Ross steps in, who did The Hunger Games and Seabiscuit.
Okay.
And Pleasantville, I think he did.
All right.
So, he's a talented director, done a lot of stuff.
Very much so, yeah. But I would say that this may not be his genre. I love the cast. The movie, to me, felt pretty one note because it's a heist movie and you're supposed to, be rooting for all of these people to make it, but it never felt like they were in jeopardy. It never felt like anybody had any real conflict. When your opponent turns out to be James Corden, you're probably not in that much trouble.
This is an Ocean's movie with a phenomenal cast.
Yes.
That's the best thing about it.
Absolutely.
But it only has about 50% of the filmmaking prowess to it. And
Okay.
compared to the previous films, it's kind of poorly made. It's, shot a lot wider, a lot simpler. It lacks all the energy and style that the other ones kind of had. Doesn't have that pace to it. And then what really bothers me is none of the side characters have any goals or conflicts or reason to be there. You look at the first Ocean's 11, which is one of my favorite films. It's a much more diverse film. Not in race, but in age. You don't have young people who want to get on top. You don't have older people who've been affected by it. Like, look at Ocean's 11. You have Matt Damon, right?
Right.
Who wants to prove that he can be a leader, wants to prove that he can be part of that.
Yeah.
There's not a single side character movie that has even that much depth, of that much of a mission or own agenda.
Yes.
That wants to achieve something. Or you talk about, you got Sal, the old guy who's been doing it for a while, which is great. Like, why isn't there a Jane Fonda or someone in this movie to join them or that gets in and helps them out?
That would be great, actually.
Who's the old lady who's been doing this for 50, 60 years?
Well, one of the overarching conflicts in this is that is ripped directly from Ocean's 11, which is
the job and a job.
The job and a job.
Which the scene is the same exact scene. Like, she even has same lines that they have walking out there.
Right, exactly. And yet that isn't the mark in Ocean's 11. And I hate to compare this whole thing to it, but
well, it's a remake of it.
It invites it.
You have to.
Yeah. Is that the mark is both of the things.
Yes.
He is both the mark for the money being stolen and the girl being, or the relationship being taken back.
But that's what I'm saying. So he actually, this is the problem, has no connection to what they're stealing. So it's like they're not stealing from him.
No.
They're turning him in. So it's like, who are they stealing from? These rich people we don't know. But it's not connected to the plot enough. You
Right.
you look at the narrative in Ocean's 8 is like, we just want these diamonds to get money.
Yes.
And the narrative in Ocean's 11 is, yes, we want to get money, but it's also like the magic and myth of Vegas, and no one's ever done it before, and there's that speciality. But they go to Ruben, their friend, who funds it.
Yes.
And he tells them a story, the great flashbacks, actually. This movie does not do flashbacks well, of the three people who couldn't make it. And then he's walking out, and then they go, wait, anyways, what 3 hotels were you going to rob? And he's like, the MGM, the Mirage, and the Bellagio, or whatever. And he goes, all 3 of those are Terry Benedict's casinos. And then it's like, you find out, he's got an issue with Terry Benedict, and he's screwed him over in the past.
Right.
But on top of that, no side characters have conflicts within each other. It's not
also,
fun.
they don't know each other.
But they don't. But they all get along. It's all a harmonious tone, really.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's maybe a little quirk here and there, but it's not like gang up. The 2 brothers used to really pit on each other.
Right.
People used to get in arguments and fights. Like, is this going to work? Hey, this is not just the job and a job scene. There was multiple problems that they ran through that seemed a lot more extreme.
Yes.
And it just seemed like, again, it's Ocean's Light.
None of it really affects the audience or allows the audience to be rooting or biting their nails to see if they will get away with it. The one thing that they run into is that guy stops with the plate and he's like, hey, do you want to go smoke a doobie? She rushes in and says, keep going there. And that's, there's one other part where a bad guy is coming in and he's like gonna look into the bathroom, and that doesn't even happen.
That's because I don't want to be this guy, but I was thinking about this today. I didn't think about it until right now. I was gonna say, is this not way too easy of a plot? Like, think about it. They're stealing $160 million out of a vault in a Las Vegas casino, the most protected vault ever, and this is like they're stealing a necklace off somebody, but it's like, it's the hardest event to get into. Well, not if you have tickets like you guys got. So actually the hardest part was the easiest thing to do.
Yes.
So it's like, what did you, it was like it's like if in Ocean's 11, the money was in a suitcase at the boxing event. And all they had to do was like switch the suitcases at the boxing event and then turn the lights off. And it's like, oh my God, the suitcase is gone. Like, it's that level of like difficulty.
And let's get to the end, because this is
hold on, before we get to that, I want to say one thing real quick about the filmmaking in general.
Okay.
The scope of the movie is very poor. Like, when they arrive at the Met Gala, there's no establishing shots. Like, it just cuts them on the red carpet. There's not like shots of the shots of the building, shots of limos pulling up, shots of fans cheering. It's like there's no, you need that 30 seconds.
It's no world.
No world. Like, I watched, Jurassic Park, again, even though it's a completely different movie, you don't just have them in the helicopter go, we're here, and then show them getting off the helicopter, getting in the Jeeps. You got to have them fly. You got to have them go. You cut to Vegas. You got to show 18 shots of pulling up in the car.
Yes.
You don't just cut to standing in the hotel. I mean, and that problem basically runs throughout it. It feels hollow.
The biggest reveal, quote unquote, is that they were pulling a whole other job at the same time.
Yeah.
Which was the more impressive job, with the character from the original 3.
Yes, which got a big cheer. I love that. I was like,
I thought that
back.
was really fun. But the fact that they were stealing all of the diamonds and just used the main heist as a distraction, like that makes no sense to me. Also, they never lined up the girls to show you that there were only 7 of them. But I was
there were 7 the whole movie.
There were 7 the whole movie, and then Anne Hathaway walked in, and I was like, wait a second.
She's on the poster. She's one of the 8. She's one of the only. There's 8 there, and she's there.
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that what maybe wasn't in on it, but she was like subtly helping them through the whole thing. I was like,
also that makes it even more easy. What are you even doing?
Your mark
that
is
means
not against you.
That again, the whole point of it was stealing the big diamonds.
Exactly.
But again, the other problem with that is how it makes it too easy. Because it's like all this distraction. Then it's like, how did you do it? And it was like, you could just call Anne Hathaway and say, hey, can we want to steal the necklace? And she would have said yes, and it would have been done. So it sounds like it took 30 seconds to make your plan. But
yeah, I just think that the original one had so much more bouncy, like, playfulness, where it would jump from place to place, and it could establish so much more about a character with its sort of frenetic pace. It's great.
But the transitions of like them all on the train when it's like does a little weird like Photoshop spins into their stories.
I was like, they did with the money.
Okay. Also, you guys did not spend $32 million that well. Like, no, come on. What are you doing? It's like that's like
Sarah Paulson. You got a warehouse.
I mean,
what did you do? I don't know. Yeah,
it just seemed like it was the same ending as like Fast 5.
Sure.
But like even that had again more energy. It lacked energy and feel good. And here's the thing: the end of Ocean's 11, it feels deep. Yeah. There's something emotional about it when they're all standing there watching the Bellagio fountains, and it's just the music and their faces, because it means something more to them. And they establish that throughout the movie, that Vegas and the job, it's the lifestyle.
It was a win. It was a life.
Yeah. It's like if you've seen Casino, or if you've seen any of these movies in Vegas, or Rounders, there's a world of these people and gamblers and that feeling and it was for them, and you felt that when they walked away, and it was so deep. And this is just like, we got money, go open your donut shop, or your nail salon, or whatever it was. I don't even remember. There were little shops.
So at the end we get her sitting in front twice. We have her sitting in front, and I think twice as many times she mentions that Danny's dead.
Yes.
Super depressing, first of all.
Well,
she does say something, you better be in there. And I thought that was a bit of a nod to say,
like, she didn't see the funeral.
She didn't see the funeral.
No one saw the body.
Yes. And when she said, you would have loved it.
Yeah.
Hand comes down on her shoulder, say, it was pretty good. Or something like that.
I thought it would come from the window or something. And not that it needs that.
No.
But if you're going to set it up that way, the audience, I can tell the audience was like sold out, wanted it, was expecting it. And it was just because it was a weird, movies today, I feel like they just keep ending on the wrong shot or tone. I'm so confused by it. Exactly. I never had that problem when I was a kid growing up. It's like, we got to end on a fist pump. And it's like, you have this whole fun heist. You're trying to say, oh, look, we got all this money. And then it's like, you would have loved this. And you're thinking he's going to show up, and then he doesn't.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to black, and it's like, wait, that's dour. That's kind of sad.
Yeah, exactly.
She's sitting there alone, having just won money, like talking to her dead brother. Like, that's not a cheery ending. And then it's like, boom, poppy music, Ocean's 8. And I was like, what? What are you doing? It's like this girl's like I'm like, do I cry? Like, if the scene would have gone on 30 seconds more, he didn't show up, I feel like I'd be crying.
Yeah,
and it's like, why are you ending why are you ending the movie that way?
I don't know. I don't know.
Just have him show up. It would have been great. You know, that movie would have gotten fucking the rap, like the whoa cheer. Everyone would have gone up on a high.
Because if you get if you get Saul or Ruben and you get Ming, and then you don't get any of the other ones,
or the main three,
like, you're just like,
yeah, I gotta be honest. You know what I was thinking of? It kind of felt like Deadpool when it's like, you guys can only afford 2 X-Men, but they didn't point it out. Like, you got this whole mansion here, and it's like,
I thought honestly that Julia Roberts was going to show up.
That would have been
somehow.
Ooh, that would have been.
That would have made perfect sense.
I mean, you got to save something for Ocean's 9 and 10, I guess, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So if that happens, which hopefully, I mean, I'm down.
I wouldn't mind it. I just
you're not going to get a better cast than this.
No, God, no. But I hope that they take more chances in the next one. That's all.
And before we scratch, we should say the cast we didn't mention some people. Anne Hathaway did a really good job. Great performance.
Yeah.
Why am I forgetting his name? Richard Armitage or whatever. The guy from The Hobbit.
Yes.
I think he's great.
He's fun.
He's fun. Helen Bonham Carter was like, she's fun, good actress. Rihanna did fine. Again, they're not given much to do. You know,
right?
Mindy Kaling was good.
I mean, Mindy Kaling, and Awkwafina, I think, are doing that Tinder thing.
Yeah.
That I don't know if that established anything or made a real good of a joke.
At the end, she could be on a green screen Paris or whatever she was eating. That looked really bad too.
That was sort of dumb.
Weird composite.
Yeah. Exactly. They all did great. I enjoy all of those actresses.
Yeah.
I want to see more of them, but not as stylized. So, grading.
Let's score it up. You go, AJ.
All right.
I want to hear it. 5 stars.
I think I'm going to get this 2.75.
Okay.
2.75 for mainly directed.
I am going to give it... So, on one viewing, I'm going to give it the lowest passing. I'm going to give it 3 stars.
Okay.
But, like, the low 3 stars.
Yeah.
But 3 stars nonetheless, so...
All right, thanks everybody for listening, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at cinemasesh. Don't send hate mail, please, but email us at cinemasesh@gmail.com, and we will get back to you.
Goodbye.
Don't quit your day job. Ooh.